Hey guys, welcome to chair yoga. This is about a 20-minute sequence designed to help stretch out the muscles that get tight when we're sitting. So if you've been sitting at the computer for too long, hop off and you can do these poses. Or if you're sitting at the computer and you're finding that you feel foggy and you can't concentrate anymore, use this sequence as a little reset. I'm using our kitchen table chair. You can use a dining room chair. You can use a fold-up chair, but just be careful. Be mindful as you move through the poses. Be careful as you're sitting and using the chair to support your body weight so that it doesn't slide or slip off. You can do this with shoes on. I don't have my shoes on right now, but that doesn't matter, okay? So let's start by sitting on the edge of our chair. Scoot your hips all the way off to the edge. Your feet are gonna be about hip width apart, maybe slightly turning your toes out a little bit, sitting up tall. And let's start by closing our eyes and taking a couple long, deep inhales and exhales out and in through your nose. We're going to do something called some breath work. And this particular breath work is called 4-4-6. And it's a relaxation breath. So if you're finding that, again, you were really stressed out just now working at your computer and you really need to settle your thoughts a little bit, this is a good way to do that. So let everything just be nice and relaxed here. Keep that breath going long and steady, in and out through your nose. And what we're going to try in a minute is you're going to hear me count. I'm going to say take a deep inhale and try to count up for a count of 4 counts. Then you're going to pause. You're not going to breathe in or out for a count of 4. And then you're going to take a long, steady exhale for a count of 6. And as soon as we finish that round, we'll return to regular inhale, exhale through your nose for a few rounds. And then we will do one more 4-4-6 before we get started with our stretches. All right, so let everything relax as you're sitting up tall here. Let your arms and your hands just be weightless. Close your eyes if that feels okay, or just let them glaze over. Find something to stare at. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, take a deep inhale, counting up, 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4. Take a long, steady exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Return to your regular inhales and exhales. And make sure this is a comfortable pace for your breath. You're not trying to push or go really deep. Let's take 3 more inhales and exhales, and we'll do one more round of 4-4-6. Okay, when you're ready, one long deep inhale, counting up, 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4. Long, steady exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Take your arms down to your sides. On an inhale, circle your arms out to the sides like you're tracing a big circle. Make it last the entire inhale. Reach up high. And then exhale, do that in reverse. Nice and easy, matching your breath. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach a little wider, sitting up a little taller. And exhale. And now inhale, reach your arms up, pause here. Go ahead and take your right arm down to the side. Reach your left arm up for the ceiling and take a side bend here. Ruby is joining us again. Just stretching out your rib cage. Keep sitting equally on your hips. And then inhale, come back up, reach up. And exhale. This time your left hand comes down, reach up and over. Doesn't matter how far you go, just trying to get a stretch from your rib cage, even through your shoulder. Inhale, back up. Let's do it one more time. Right arm down, reach up and over. And inhale, left arm down. And reach up and over. Coming back up top. We're going to take this into a twist. It doesn't matter which way you go first. You can take your right arm to the outside of your left thigh, and then take your hand either to your chair or to the, if you have a back on it. Now sit up really tall and use your arms where they are to kind of open into this twist. Look over your shoulder. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Okay, take a big inhale, reaching your arms up. And exhale to the other side. This time your left hand comes to the outside of your right thigh. Your arm is on your chair, your back arm, or it's on the back of your chair. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring them down to your sides. We're going to do some seated cat-cow. So take your hands to your knees. On an inhale, slowly roll forward and lift your chest up, arch your back, look up to the ceiling. And now exhale, round your back and push your knees away from you. Straighten out your arms. Do that again. Inhale, arching your back, looking up. And exhale into cat. And then inhale, back to neutral. Doing some stretches for your neck now. Inhale, lift your chest and pull your chin down. And just slowly bring your right ear over to your right shoulder. Okay, you can hold here. You can take that left hand around your low back. And maybe even take your right hand up on top. Just be real careful, real gentle with your neck. And go ahead and release your hands. Slowly roll chin to chest, but keep your chest lifted. And bring that left ear over to your left shoulder. And again, your hands can stay on your chair. Maybe you're wrapping your right arm and using that left hand. Slowly taking your hands back down, rolling your chin to your chest, and inhale back to neutral. Go ahead and inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Leave your right arm up and take your left arm to your low back. So I'm taking my left hand to my low back and I'm taking this right arm to the back of my head. Now inhale, lift your head into that top hand and try to press both elbows behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up to the ceiling. Try to lift your chest. Inhale, bring your arms back up overhead. And exhale, now your right hand goes to your low back, left hand to your head. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And one last time, inhale those arms up. Exhale into a forward fold. So I'm going to circle my arms down and I'm going to come down this way, keeping my spine long. Do that again. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach your chest forward. Inhale, come up. We're going to continue with that forward fold, but one leg at a time. So go ahead and straighten out your right leg. Sorry, Ruby. So keep your left leg bent. And then inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, press your palms together as you bring them down. Keep your spine long. You're reaching forward and you're taking your hands to your leg. Tuck your chin in. And hopefully you're feeling this in the hamstrings of that right leg. Unless you have a dog on your foot. And then inhale, come up, circle your arms. You can switch legs while you do this. And then exhale, forward again. So your hands might be on your thigh for a plan A. Maybe you're sliding them down to your shin for a plan B. Maybe taking your foot and really pulling your chest forward for a plan C. Inhale, coming back up, circling your arms. Press your hands together, slide them back down. So back on your chair, we're gonna do a nice hip opener. We're gonna take seated pigeon. So to get set up for this, you are going to straighten your left leg, cross your right foot over that knee, and then start to slide that heel back towards your chair. So this is your plan A, okay? So if you're already feeling it in the hips, stay right here. Plan B, maybe you're using your hands on your chair and you're pressing forward. And plan C, maybe you're coming over the front of your leg. I just got something, that little window there, get rid of. Plan C, maybe you're coming forward and you're taking your hands over that bent leg towards the floor. All right, so this should feel really good in that right hip, whatever plan you're in, okay? Just kind of keeping that right knee down. All right, slowly coming up, we're gonna switch legs. So you're gonna extend your right leg, cross your left foot on top, and then slide that leg back for plan A. Really pressing your chest forward here for a B, maybe taking your hands over that leg for a plan C. All right, where can you breathe deeply and just get a really nice stretch? The muscles that you're feeling are the ones that get tight when we sit. So even if you just do this pose every couple of minutes, if you have to sit a lot at your computer, this is a great one. All right, inhale, come up, uncrossing. Come back so that you're sitting to the edge of your chair. Take your hands behind you. And I'm gonna take my hands to the very back of my chair. My hips are on the front of my chair. We're gonna take seated camel. So inhale, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and look up at the ceiling. If you want to get more of a stretch here, you can lift your hips right here, or you could even straighten your legs and take it from here to get more of a stretch. I can't quite show C because of the puppy, but I think you get the idea. Just getting a stretch here in your chest and your shoulders. I can even feel that without lifting my hips, just from here. I would never recommend dropping your head back. The most you should do is look to the ceiling, because that's just not a good idea for your neck. So please be careful with your neck. All right, coming back to neutral, sitting on the edge of your chair. Make sure your feet are hip width apart and your toes are slightly turned out to the sides. Now we're gonna do some standing and sitting. Make sure that your knees track over your ankles. Don't let them dip in. And what I mean by that, so we're gonna inhale, standing up equally, lift your arms up overhead. And then exhale, you're gonna come down, just feel the edge of your chair, sweep your arms behind you. So you're in a kind of a squat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, coming down. I'm flipping my palms down and bringing my arms behind me. If you want to add a little more to this, inhale, come up and rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, barely touching the chair. One more time, inhale. This is just adding some energy, building some energy if you were feeling sleepy at your chair. Exhale back. And coming back to neutral. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to rotate my chair now to show you these poses. So if you want to rotate your chair, you can. You're welcome to leave it. You don't have to rotate it. All right, so the next pose we're going to do, if you are familiar with yoga, this is puppy pose, and it's meant to just be a really nice stretch on your chest and your shoulders. I'm going to show it standing, but if you're unable to stand, I'll show you how you can also do it from the floor. Okay, so from this position here, be careful when you press on the back of your chair. I'm taking my hands to the back. I'm scooting my feet back under my hips. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to slowly press my chest towards the chair And it's almost like I'm pressing my armpits down towards the chair. And I'm pressing my head down to get a big stretch. So hold here if this feels okay. If you need to do this from the floor, carefully come down. You can come to your knees. And you can do the same thing here and get the same stretch. Now, a way to make this a little deeper is to take your elbows to the back of your chair, press your palms together, press your head through, and point your fingertips, almost like you're trying to point them behind you. You'll notice that in your triceps, the back of your upper arms. All right, so either way, nice stretch for your chest and your shoulders. Okay, coming back up. Next up, we're going to take a runner's lunge using our chair. Okay, so carefully stepping. It doesn't matter which foot. I'm going to start with my right on the chair. As I come forward, I'm going to just step my left foot back a little bit. Now make sure you're really long in your spine, and then dip your hips forward towards the chair. You can do this with your hands on your thigh. Okay, if you have a back on your chair, you can do it here, but we're just trying to stretch out the front of that hip. All right, when we're sitting, this muscle gets shortened. So this hopefully feels really good. I can even pull myself forward to make this a little bit deeper. And then carefully, you're gonna step in, come back up. I'm gonna keep my right foot on the chair, toes pointed towards the back. But now I'm gonna take my other foot and point my toes forward. Take the hand that's on the same side of that knee, push that knee behind you, push it away, and then look over the opposite shoulder. So what we're trying to do here, keep rotating your pelvis forward. We're just trying to get a stretch in that inner thigh. Hopefully that feels good. Okay, come back to neutral. You can step that foot off, take your other foot on top. Carefully slide your back foot back. Again, get nice and long, deep breath, and stretch, come forward. Push your hips towards your chair. Hands can be on your chair or on your back. All right, slowly coming back up. Keep your toes pointed towards the back of that chair. Square your hips up the other direction. Take that hand, press that knee open wide, and look over your opposite shoulder. All right, coming back, go ahead and take your foot down off the chair. We're gonna move down to the floor now using our chair. So coming down onto your back, we're gonna take a modified shoulder stand, and then we will be ready for relaxation. I'm scooting my hips in close to my chair, and I'm gonna lie down. Your plan A, you can leave your arms at your sides and come all the way down. I like to do this with my arms in cactus or reaching up overhead. So see what feels good here, okay? So from here, if I start in a plan A with my arms at my sides, I'm gonna pull my heels back towards the top of my chair. I'm gonna take an inhale and press into my arms. I'm gonna lift my hips, and my feet are gonna come flat onto my chair. And I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together here. And I'm pressing into my shoulders, not my neck. If you feel this in your neck, please come down. Don't do it. You shouldn't feel anything in your neck. Come down. And keep pressing up. And it should feel really good to just be inverted for a little bit. Again, arms can be up overhead. And then we're slowly gonna come back down. You can hug your knees into your chest, cross your ankles, kind of roll out a little bit. And then go ahead and bring your legs back onto your chair. And now this time, bring the creases of your legs all the way to the edge of your chair. Let your knees fall out to the side. Relax. Relax your shoulders. And we're going to just take about a 2-minute relaxation, hopefully to help you finish getting into that little mindset that you needed for this break. So as you're lying here on the floor, let everything kind of still sink into the chair and into the floor. And this is just a little meditation called letting go of thought. Short and sweet. We often believe our thoughts as if they're facts. For example, I am no good at this, or this class is boring. When we have the same thought over and over, it becomes a belief, whether positive or negative. Remember, thoughts are not facts. They're what your mind is creating at any given moment. Notice your thoughts as they change and how quickly one thought replaces another. Thoughts come and go. When we become aware of our thoughts, we can move away from believing that the thought is a fact and simply just a thought. So lying here comfortably on your back, relax with eyes closed or softly gazing at a fixed object. Bring attention to your breath and notice the surfaces that are safely supporting you. If you're holding any tension in your body, allow your muscles to relax and bring your body to stillness. Notice without judgment any thoughts that come into your mind. Pay attention to and accept these thoughts. Thoughts are not bad or good, positive or negative. They are what they are. They're just thoughts. Allow your thoughts to float like leaves on a stream or clouds in the sky until fewer and fewer thoughts drift by, until your thoughts subside. So whatever image works best for you, something that's rhythmical like waves on the ocean, leaves blowing off the trees. Following your breath. Now it's time to bring mindful awareness back into the room and this space around you. Start by deepening your breath and begin to bring small, gentle movements to your body, wiggling fingers and toes. And when you're ready, take your feet off your chair. Maybe roll onto your side for a minute or two, take some deep breaths. And when you're ready, come back up to a comfortable position. Thanks for taking a time out with me. Namaste.